Yo, what's going on, guys? Snoozeman back here with another YouTube video, and today we're actually talking about how to create multiple players and use them here in Madden 23 franchise mode. Now, I did make this towards the back end of Madden 22 franchise mode, so again, it was later in the Madden 22 season. But guys, I'm going to be bringing you back this video for a lot of different reasons, and I already did come out on how to just create a player, import that player, and all that good stuff already for Madden 23. But I know I had a lot of questions for Madden 22, how to just create and use multiple players, because obviously EA only allows us to make one player and import that one player. But again, a very simple, easy catch that you guys may not have noticed. And again, that's what I'm making this video for. But again, we head over to this little NFL gear icon, creation center, create player. And then again, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Just make sure in the end you do click save, which again for PlayStation right there, as you guys can see, just options. And then we'll go ahead and hit save player. We'll just name something new. Just a bunch of weird letters, it doesn't matter. Something like that. And then that way I know for sure. And then, so we basically have that. Okay, boom. And then we'll back out. Um, let's see here. So I believe that is, yeah, that should be already uploaded. Okay, and then we'll back out, hit save player, and then we'll save it to this. Are you sure you want to save it to that? File loaded successfully. Just make sure you guys are always saving that stuff. And that way, your player that you want to at least make, your one player, again, you can go that route of just make a one player, but I'm just, again, just showing you guys, make sure you guys are saving that way before you go into a franchise and it's, he's not there. That is why. But again, right there, guys, as you guys can see, I can only upload that one player. I can only upload that one roster. So I did just do that. Now I'm going to go into a league and show you my created player and then show you guys how to actually create multiple different players. So just create league. It doesn't really matter here. Let's do offline for just the example part. But I wish there was a way where we can actually
Choose the
create
team
them
you
and
want to start
import
your
multiple
franchise
different
with.
players, but it has to be just on the roster. But let me just go
Continue ahead to
here,
begin your
hit
franchise.
start playing, and then we should be able to find our created player, our one created player right now, just in the depth chart. And again, we don't have to just make this one player because the way I'm going to show you guys, it really doesn't matter. You can do this to any player, but it does save one less roster spot from having to, change somebody's name or it just, and it still makes things a little bit easier just to create and import, one creative player still, but manage roster, depth chart. You guys are going to know what I'm talking about in just a second. We will go to, okay, he's number 3. So as you guys can see, there is your name. Again, I didn't give it a name. It's super low overall. You can always, adjust the ratings, age, all that good stuff. Um, if you can just edit him. Now, here's the fun stuff, guys. Um, I'm a, I must have already had another one already imported. That's why there's 2 of those. But guys, this is the catch that I wanted to talk about in this video. You will have to take a random player on your roster. It doesn't matter who, but you have to make sure that really there's someone that doesn't matter to the team. There's someone that is such a low overall, such a player that doesn't do anything for your team, doesn't really help your team at all. So basically, no-name players, bottom of the barrel. I mean, essentially, pretty much practice squad players. Those are going to be the players that you're really, really going to want to just change their name, change whatever you want to do, and make the player you want them to be. So that's essentially the create how to create multiple players part. You can only create one player and load that one player into a roster, as you can see, but you will just have to go into the roster and change a certain player's name, outfit, how they look, the appearance, and you have to change all that stuff just on the roster. So, for example, we'll pick someone that really, doesn't really matter here. I mean, Patrick Scales, tight end, 24 overall. Um, Let me see. Let me go to something even like. Is there like a? We have two. Okay, we only have one of those. Okay. I wouldn't do a tier. Let me see here. Okay, so this left guard right here, I think is a super low overall. I don't think he really matters, does he? Okay, so as you guys can see, this left guard, I don't know where he went now, but Patrick Scales looks like a guy that is a super low overall and doesn't do anything for the team. So let me go into roster right here. Just go to NFL rosters and then go to tight end and then he's right here. So as you guys can see, he's a 30 or 31 overall tight end. He's not ever going to see the field, guys. So what I mean by this is change his name, edit him. So what you go to do is edit player, and this is where you can create your player. If you want to create yourself, create a former player to have on this team. You can create a whole Legends roster by just changing every guy's name if you wanted to. But more specifically, I know, let's say you're the Bears. You don't want to change Justin Fields, Roquan Smith, guys like that. You don't want to change guys like that. You just want to go in and change random guys that are 30, 40 overalls that you've never heard of and change their name, their appearances, and whatever you want them to be. And that is, a second alternate way of just creating multiple different players. It's so easy. Um, you know, People don't really actually catch that part of it. So we don't actually need to be able to create multiple players and import them, even though it would be nice. You can just go on your roster, go to bad overalls pretty much, players that don't matter, and basically just change stuff up right there. And that's pretty much like creating a player. You can just name this anything. I mean, we can name this, we'll just call him Pat. I mean, I don't know, something weird. Just do whatever you guys want. I don't. Yeah, you can. So you can change the skin tone, select faces. You can do this. You can do literally anything you want. You have full range on everything, all the attributes, contract, all that stuff. And then when you are done, and I can't harp this enough, hit back, hit save changes, and every single time you do this, guys, again, as you guys can see, Pat Scales. I changed the first name. I changed the face template. So you guys can do this for multiple different players. I wouldn't do it for 60 overall players. I'd really focus if you guys can find 50 overall players in the 50s and lower. I'm sure there's a lot, especially for really bad teams like my Bears, unfortunately. But there really isn't even a lot of guys like that other than Scales. I'm trying to go down the board here. Okay, like this Michael Joseph guy, 59 overall, he's going to do nothing. Another guy you can do that with. I mean, he's 64 overall. I mean, like this Elijah Hicks, you can probably do that with. So there's always a few guys on your roster. Just kind of look out for that stuff. I don't know why, though. I have two of my previous imported players in there. Usually, I think that's a glitch because I've never seen that. Because you can only import one roster. It must have saved for some reason my other one. So if that is a thing, I would try that out. See, make a player, import it into a roster, back out, or start a franchise, and then back out, make another player, and then start a franchise again. And maybe there's two players in that roster, and then you can just kind of keep repeating that cycle. Or again, if it doesn't work like that, again, you have this method of going in and creating players, based off the roster. But guys, hopefully this video did help. Again, I gave a lot of different ways to create players, create multiple different players, so we can just, have more fun, which is random name players that we just kind of create by ourselves and just add to real life players. So hopefully, this can help you guys out and obviously add more depth and more fun to franchise mode. And again, if this video did help out in any way, make sure you guys are leaving a like and hitting that sub button down below. And again, guys, until the next tip video, I will see you guys in the next one.